CRCI 000370. This matter is set for sentencing today following a pre-sentence investigation and prior guilty pleas by the defendant. The defendant is present, represented by Attorney Hillary. The state is present, represented by Attorney Williams. Ms. Hillary, is there any reason why we should not proceed with sentencing at this time?
No, there's not, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, anything you'd like to present at this time on behalf of the state?
Your Honor, I believe that there are family members of Edna Begley who are present in court today and have asked Stacey Ring to address the court on their behalf. I also know that the Miltons are here today and would like to briefly address the court.
Yes, and speaking with the family, obviously this was a traumatic experience, not just for the victim, but for the family also. Edna, before this incident, was independent and on her own, but now she has to have round-the-clock care. But the family that I've spoken with wanted me to express to Mr. Dillon that their love and what they have in their family is forgiveness, and they do forgive you. They just want you to turn your life around, and they just wish you the best. Nothing from the Miltons.
Okay. There's nothing further than at this point from the state's perspective as far as victims.
Beyond what is set forth in the pre-sentence investigation, no, Your Honor.
Ms. Hillary, anything you'd like to say at this time on behalf of the client?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Your Honor, I've met with Mr. Dillon numerous times, and anything that he would like to express to Ms. Begley's family, all the families involved in this, beyond words, but we will attempt today. He does understand the severity of his offenses, and every time I have spoken with him about these offenses, he has been sincerely apologetic, remorseful, and visibly upset by his actions on this date. Every time I've gone over to speak with him, the first thing he's asked me was, how's Ms. Begley? Is she okay? Is she doing okay? We'd also asked the court to consider today that although he understands that it is absolutely no excuse for his actions, he was struggling with a severe drug addiction at the time and heavily under the influence of bath salts on the day of this offense. These drugs had caused Mr. Dillon to behave completely out of character and frankly ruined his entire life, and he knows that. The year prior to this offense, he had numerous criminal charges, numerous health effects to himself as well. He was ultimately hospitalized at Heartland Behavioral due to his erratic behavior caused by the drug abuse. I know that the court also has, in the pre-sentence investigation, the assessment done by Dr. DeVries, and although Mr. Dillon was found competent, I know that he does have mental health issues that he struggles with, as well as Dr. DeVries is finding that he believes he was likely suffering from drug-induced psychosis at the time of the offense, the effects of which are long-term on Mr. Dillon, and he's still dealing with those today. Before using bath salts, this is something that Mr. Dillon would never have been involved in, and he is sincerely remorseful and apologetic, and I know that he wanted to express his apology to the family. And finally, Your Honor, Mr. Dillon does understand that this is a very serious offense and he will be serving a prison sentence because of it. During his incarceration, he plans to seek mental health and substance abuse treatment, and we would ask that he be given credit for the time that he has served on this since October 1st, 2014.
And Mr. Dillon, is there anything you'd like to say at this time?
Yeah, I just wanted to say
Take your time.
that I'm sorry for what had happened. online the drug ruined my life and causing all the pain and suffering to everybody. Now I'm just ready to get my life back on track. And I just hope that everyone will forgive me for the crimes and the suffering that I caused. And now I'm just ready to finally change and just get my life back under control and get back to enjoying life. And get all the treatment that I need. That's about it.
All right. Well, I have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation, and the court does formulate its sentencing decision based upon the overriding principles and purposes of felony sentencing. It's clear the family is I would say at this point has forgiven you. Probably have a much more calmer approach to this than many that would be in the same situation. It is unfortunate what you did, the decisions you made leading up to this, the decisions you made to use bath salts. It's shocking to me that people think that that's something they even want to try, especially given the history of what happens to people once they've taken bath salts. And you are probably the perfect example of the behavior that's created by using bath salts. I mean, we've seen it all over the country as the effect that it has and the outcome of the behaviors of people once bath salts. Having said that, I don't find that as a mitigating factor. I find that as an aggravating factor. This is something you chose to do on your own. I do appreciate the fact that you seem sincere in your remorse. You do feel sorry for your actions, and you're very apologetic for what you've done. But given the serious nature of the offense, as you well know, you're facing some serious prison. So, and I think that would be appropriate given what has occurred. So at this point, on count 2 of the indictment, which is the felonious assault, I'm going to impose a 7-year prison sentence. And on count 5, the burglary will be a 1-year prison sentence. Those will be served consecutively. On your release from prison, you will be placed on 3 years of post-release control. And when that period of post-release control is imposed, following release from prison, if you violate conditions of that supervision, the parole board may impose a prison term as part of your sentence, up to 1/2 of your stated prison term. And if while on post-release control you're convicted of a new felony offense, in addition to being punished for the underlying conduct, an additional prison term of 1 year, or what time remains in the post-release control may be added as a consecutive penalty. It may not just be injected with drug abuse unless it is random drug testing while on post-release control. I'm not going to impose a fine or any court costs in this matter, given the amount of time you're going to be in prison. I'm also not going to issue a restitution order because that would also be pointless. You're going to be facing severe financial burdens once you are released from prison. You have any questions at this time regarding